Man, so I was in my car dropping my friend off recently, and he said something to me that really got me kind of thinking a little bit. He said, well, actually, just for some context, my friend, he's completely English and he is moving to Spain for a couple of months. I'd say a couple of months, probably like half a year. And yeah, he's quite a big, personality in the sense that he really likes to. He's quite ambitious in a way. Like, he's a really good presenter and stuff like that. And he told me that, man, like, he didn't want to, as much as the idea of posting online or building up a business, a brand, is so appealing to him, but he didn't want to do it because he just felt like he didn't have the skill. And it's not just him. This kind of thing I actually hear from a lot of people, especially people that are younger, or at least our age, roughly around our age, and I understand it, because we might feel like, what do we actually have to offer? What skills do we really have? Because if I've got a skill, someone else somewhere out in the world is 10 times better than that. But then that's the kind of mindset that really puts you back, because my friend wanted, he thought basically he didn't want to post his first ever video online, or because he felt like he just didn't really had the skill of editing or the skill of putting things together. And I said to him, like, the first video you ever make, or the first piece of work you ever submit, or the first draft of a post you ever write, the first time you go and start a new sport, the first time you take part in a brand new activity, you start a new hobby, you're not going to be good. And this is the thing, like, people think that you have to be good straight off the bat. You have to be good from the very first go. And because of this feeling of needing, of already trying to be successful, because realistically, in your mind, you're comparing yourself to someone that's already, or you've got like an idea of a successful person within that field, and that comparison is actually holding you back, because the first time you do it it's 100% not going to be good, right? No matter how much work you put into it, even if you put into it an insane amount of work and investment, and even if it does turn out to be insanely good, I guarantee you that if you keep that up, the next few times you do that, you can just be better. And this is the thing which kind of like sets us all kind of back, because we think that we're not good enough when we haven't even tried. We think because someone else is already at a position where, at that kind of skill, they are extremely good, we can't get to that stage because we're not as good as them. And what we don't actually see is behind the closed doors. What we don't see is how much time that they put in to this, to that craft, to that hobby, to that skill. We don't see that. Maybe you can't compare your first ever attempt to someone's 100th attempt. You can't compare that. And that's the problem, because when we do compare that, we don't even begin. And we've already lost, because we've lost it before we even begin. We've lost before we start the whole game, the whole process. And that is a really bad kind of mentality to have, because you just can't give up with these kind of things. You cannot give up. And that honestly is quite upsetting, because like, I told him that I know personally how good of how good his skill is. And if he can practice, if he just puts in more time, more effort, consistency, 110%, there will be insane progress. And it's quite sad because I feel like this is very common. And if you look back to my videos, not from this channel, but if you were to go check out my main channel, it's linked on if you click on this channel's other channels, I think, or something like that, you can check out my main channel. But I actually have privated a lot of videos. But if you go all the way back to my first video on that channel, and if you compare that video to my latest video, you'll see a massive difference. And the reason why there's a massive difference, a big contrast between those two videos, is because I've just put in the time and effort to try and learn how to be better by each video. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but you can see that there's a progression. And it's not just me. If you go to your favorite YouTube channel, and if you click on their first video, compare it to their latest video, you will see a massive difference. And it's literally for anything. It can be YouTubers. If you go to someone's music, someone's first ever song compared to like their most recent songs, you will see big differences. And it's all about being consistent, and it's all about being not afraid to take that first step. You can't be afraid to take the first step, because if you're already prepared in your mind that you failed, then you have failed anyway. So you have to convince yourself that this is a journey where it will require a lot of determination and perseverance, but you have to visualize that end goal, and you have to keep it in mind at all times. Just keep doing it. Keep being consistent. Do not stop. And if you haven't begun yet, then why wait?